this light, you can definitely tell a different color of my hair.
Yeah, the light's a little dimmer this time, but we'll see how this goes. The mic is right here for people that are going to join. That's what this thing is. It's the microphone where the sound should technically be coming into. So
the sound should be better.
Know. It should sound like sound, I assume. I'm not sure, though.
So let us know if you hear sound.
Yep. Hey, what's up? I know I announced it would be going live soon, so hopefully you guys come in here and see everything and all that. I gotta share the link, so don't worry about it. So yeah, we'll be talking about, obviously, Far From Home here.
Nice shirt, yeah. It's got a good one.
That's a good Venom shirt.
Are you guys able to hear us?
Yeah.
That's
and let us know how the quality is. I'm not sure, just because, you know.
Sounds good. Okay, perfect. How's the video quality?
That's the always questionable one.
Dun,
Hopefully
dun.
it goes good.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess spoilers are a go, and since we're talking here about Far From Home, which kind of lists the spoiler ban officially, I'll be able to get into that. So we will wait just like a couple minutes, and then we're gonna get into this. So you give me a hard time. That's okay. That's good. It's only when people get very rude that I actually ban people. Otherwise, I do check comments and, you know, certain things. But
also, if you guys swear, it automatically blocks it.
Yeah.
We are able to see it, but it does automatically block it. So
yeah.
Even if you're like, F yeah, I'm really excited about this this trailer, it's going to block you, so just kind of be careful with that.
Just be careful with the words you use on here, because it's a YouTube filter, so if you want to say F yeah, you know, do it and all that, but there you go.
Also, you guys are going to see us, again, looking over here. If you guys go so fast, and unfortunately, we kind of got called out last time because we were only seeing the ones that people paid 99 cents for. But there was literally,
we were getting 100 to 200 comments per minute. So it's like hard to get through. We'll start getting to it, though. Obviously, we'll talk about a bunch of stuff. You know, and there's just a lot of stuff to talk about in general with this trailer. And as I said on Twitter, I'm here with Padme, so...
Padme. see, my pretty Padme.
Yeah, it'll be...
No spoilers, please. I haven't seen Endgame yet. If you haven't seen Endgame, please disconnect yourself from this, because we're going to be talking about it because of the fact that the trailer automatically talks about the fact that big things happen.
There is a poll up there. If you guys click that little exclamation mark thing, I put up a poll which we're going to talk about at the end of this discussion. So I'm giving people a little bit of time to cast their vote on there. I'll also talk about it, you know, a little bit in here with some topics. So well, we got 2 super chats. So Abel with $1.
Thank you.
Louise Nuzez for $2. How would you make Thanos return? This is an interesting one.
He doesn't. The only way I can see him returning is potentially like in Eternals. We see young Thanos, but we don't actually see an adult version of Thanos unless he has the same type of issue as Mysterio has. So once we actually break into the trailer, we can talk a little bit about that. But I'm kind of waiting to make sure people, again, if you have not seen Endgame, please, I know you guys love us. Don't watch us.
Yeah, don't
just
watch
go
this.
away for
you don't want to watch
a little
bit. This will not be good if you haven't seen it. Obviously, we've been having issues with all sorts of streaming, so if it drops frames here or there, it'll keep going. But Thanos returning. I think you could see him return in like Eternals. You know,
like I said,
that would make sense.
But it's like younger him, because obviously Eternals is prequel-y.
Maybe if there's flashbacks to Gamora in Guardians 3, since it's going to be her story, I think you could work in flashbacks there again. But I don't think he returns, because he's dead. Even the 2014 version that gets brought to the future, and the Infinity War version. So it's like, well...
Because in our universe, which you guys are going to hear us say a lot, in our universe, Thanos has been awayed.
Yep.
So...
Yeah, so Kevin Brown in the Super Chat says, everyone's saying Mysterio is lying. Check the poll. You kind of cracked this one, so check it. But Fury is actually the one who verified the multiverse. He wouldn't lie. nor be dumb enough to be duped. This is my whole argument. Are you telling me that the former guy that ran S.H.I.E.L.D., the guy who's literally got his eyes on everything and is the master spy, is being duped by some dude? Like, if he's like, I'm from another universe, they gotta be like, let me check your tachyons, or like just science totally mumbo jumbo, right? Being like, yeah, you don't match up patterns. Like, I think Mysterio has to be from another multiverse. Now, clearly, he ain't telling the whole story.
Oh, no. We had a little discussion about that before because of the fact that how he's talking, and obviously things are chopped up. I have a feeling when he's talking about people have to die when he's having his one-on-one, I think I personally feel that that's actually him doing a pep talk. While you think it's him basically saying, no, here's my plan.
I think Mysterio is literally like, we have to make the sacrifice. People sometimes have to die. I think it's him saying, to save my world, I have to kill yours. And they confirmed that this is going to be directly like an epilogue to Endgame. That's exactly what they did. They killed the evil in the universe to be able to ensure they live. I think he's going to try to manipulate Peter into being like, look, don't you want to save my universe? Peter ain't gonna go for it, but...
No, Peter has such a kid mentality and such a giant heart that he might be like, I can help you, but not realizing he's dooming.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. So, DC Big Oshia, thank you. He says, hello. With Amy Pascal going to Universal, could she be a liaison for the MCU and fully bring home Namor and She-Hulk?
Well, with Namor, with things happening with Namor right now, and it's primarily, well, we're just speculating. Nobody knows for sure, but when in Endgame they were talking about the earthquakes under the water in Wakanda, what else are you going to sit there? Obviously Atlanteans got snapped, and then the people, because of the fact that half the universe was gone, like Steve says, I saw a pod of whales, and then all of a sudden everybody's back,
right?
And
it's gonna mess everything up. Here's the thing: Amy Pascal is not done with Sony till her duration of her contract for Spider-Man is up. A contract in place stays in place. That's why, like, Simon Kinberg is going to be involved with X-Men in name. Laura, who's been with the X-Men since the beginning, she's going to be involved with the X-Men. If she never touches them again, she'll be credited as executive producer. It's just how things happen. Amy's going to Universal for a first look deal, which means Universal looks at everything she's coming up with and goes, we want that, because she offers it to them first. Could she put a foot into Universal and organize a deal? Yeah, because she did it with Spider-Man and Disney. And that was kind of unimaginable. So I think it could happen, but to see the fruits of that labor, if it does start to happen, you're thinking like a decade. So
you also have to sit there and be like, she's been helping with Spider-Man for how long? And now it's like, look at how many okay, so how many attempts it took for Spider-Man to be redone to finally have Spider-Man in the MCU.
Right, exactly. So, the third time was the charm, and that's kind of the thing. 3 different Peter Parker actors in 7 years.
That's insane.
So,
that's almost as bad as, like, how many Batmans we had in such a short amount of time.
So Mason Harris says, could multiverse instability lead to incursions?
We've been talking, you've been primarily talking about it. He sat there and he's like, well, you have to realize they kind of mess things up. Even though the Grandmaster, she's like, no. You see, the moment you remove it, it makes a split. So that split, even though they put everything back, it happened.
But things have also, because now with the stones destroyed and influx and time and all these things happening, I mean, an incursion, so let's say hypothetically, what they're going to do is there's a timeline. Suddenly there's a pop, an incursion, and these characters from another universe end up in ours. I think that's what happens with Mysterio. I'm going to guess when that wave goes and when everything riffles, things go very much out of hand. Kind of like Spider-Verse to a degree.
And that actually leads us a little bit into Nicholas Altmore. For his question or his statement, MCU Multiverse equals X-Men and Fantastic Four. That is exactly what we were talking about. I feel that is an easier way for them to kind of just slowly start dropping them in there. Maybe more of them, and that's why they're going to be on the radar, at least mutants.
I have the issue with both of them. X-Men, they don't belong in the multiverse. They need to become core Marvel. Making them out of the multiverse is too much because there's too many. Fantastic Four.
That's easy.
Reed Richards goes, things are wrong here. Messes something up because that's what Reed does. Look at Marvel Zombies. He's the reason for the zombies destroying the universe.
Yep, and the multi-universe.
He's too smart and he has too much hubris. So if he was to somehow destroy their universe and they escape into ours, that makes sense to me. X-Men need to be done probably the Ultimates way. Make them byproducts of experiments or something. I don't care.
I feel like maybe, like I was been talking about anytime we mention the mutants, it's a small collective of them, and that's why they've never been really on the radar.
Yeah.
But now there's maybe an influx of them because of the fact that they're being pulled from other multiverses,
right.
And that's why we maybe have some different ones.
Do the votes up here. The votes are up here. Go vote on the poll.
Here, let's go
Here,
up.
hold up. So,
yeah.
Jared, our buddy, says, so much happens in the trailer. I love everything we are seeing, and I love the idea of Peter trying to honor Tony's memory, as well as Uncle Ben's. Seeing him in the MCU still makes me so happy.
Yes.
So if you want to talk about that.
One thing I actually was really happy about when I sat there and I looked into the trailer, I watched it a few times. There's a scene that he's wearing Tony's glasses. And as we all know, Tony's glasses have like almost like Google vision inside of them. So I feel like there was a special message left for Parker right inside of there. And he would sit there, put them on, he got this message, and that was maybe like that little pep that gives him that extra boost, or that gives him the thought of maybe I should be Iron Man. And
right.
That's why there's that one scene that he has almost what looks like one of his repulsors being built for a Spider-Man one around his hand. So there's a lot that can happen with that.
I made a video earlier today. I thought it was going to be more controversial, but I'm glad everybody is supporting me, besides the normal haters, but that's a given, right? And here's the thing. He says the line, the world needs a new, Tony Stark, Iron Man. Everybody interpreted that as he's going to be the new Iron Man. No, what he's saying is the world needs a beacon.
Yes.
Tony literally risked his life the first time the Avengers got together.
And flew up.
He was like, no, I'm willing to give this up. New York is saved because of him. He's the symbol and the idol of New York. Peter is saying we need that again because those heroes are gone now.
Yeah, they are.
And people interpreted that wrong, but he's right. The world needs an Iron Man. The world needs that symbol. And it can't be Peter because of his secret identity, but maybe there's someone coming in there who bought Avengers Tower who's going to be the new fake Iron Man, putting together a crummy team of heroes called the Dark Avengers. Spitballing here, but you see where they're leading kind of into?
Yeah.
It's the mentor thing. It kind of makes sense to me.
I feel like Parker may try to, and that's why he's like kind of dealing with some of the stuff with like the band and the glasses and having Happy right there. But potentially also he tries and realizes maybe he shouldn't be Iron Man, but helps be able to discover what should be the new Iron Man. Maybe.
I
don't know. There's a lot that can definitely happen.
I mean, there's a lot that they're doing with it. He's not going to be the new... People are just interpreting it wrong. The message is clear. He's Spider-Man.
He is Spider-Man.
He wants to be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man still. And even Nick Fury's like, bitch, please, you want the space.
I know, I love that.
What a great line.
Especially because he's like, well, where's Thor? Off-world. Well, where's Captain Marvel? I don't know, somewhere up in space.
So Mason Harris says, could the rips and snaps caused in reality open up barriers between our planet and the negative zone? I mean, yeah.
That would be a fun villain for number 3.
There's
Mr.
someone like
Negative.
from the negative zone or something. Here's the thing. Fantastic Four and the negative zone kind of go together since like he puts a prison up in there. Fantastic Four, if you guys can see that, there's a 4 on that mug.
Yeah.
something I think could happen. Maybe that'll be an extension of the quantum realm. Maybe that's kind of like a negative zone, and we just don't have it period because we still haven't gotten into what the quantum realm really is.
No, they were like, oh, the quantum realm is a big key aspect,
and they said it's going to play a huge part going forward.
And it is a huge aspect, but it was like, here, a huge aspect of being able to drink water is you need a cup. Like, that's how I feel like that's what the quantum realm was. Here's a cup, it's an essential, but it wasn't, like, really brought into too much.
Yeah.
It was just kind of, like, brushed over and used as a tool. So, yeah.
So, Taupe Imdi. If I said that right? Let's say they're right about the multiverse and we see the Fantastic Four. Can I please get your Fantastic Four in 3 to 4 years? Kramsky, Blunt, yeah. You know, the current, like, Emily Blunt is great. She's a great actress. But I'm on the same wavelength with you. Like, a lot of people, when they fan cast, in their mind, they're fan casting the actor they saw, like, 3 years ago in a movie. Not realizing that actor shot that role 5 years ago, and not realizing they're going to be in that role they're fan casting for in another 3 years. So you're 7 to 8 years removed in your head when you're thinking about actors. The one I always use is Viggo Mortensen. Everybody was always like, Viggo needs to play Geralt the Witcher. Because look at how he looked in Lord of the Rings. And I'm like, guys, that was 20 years ago. And you look at a picture of Viggo today, you're like, oh, never mind. So
my mom's not attracted to him anymore.
You got to play expectations right. I still think they're a good age if they go older Fantastic Four, but I think we're going to get younger Fantastic Four because the Fantastic Four can carry like 6 movies, like just Fantastic Four movies, and then another whole Avengers United, like, I
feel like we've talked about this before, and a really good way is Peter's getting ready to be a part of college. Have Reed be introduced while he's in college and be able to kind of bring all of that together. Because, geez, by the time we get Fantastic Four, Spider-Man may be already all the way home. All the way home. But I loved Flash Thompson's scene. He's like, you work for Spider-Man? No, I don't work for Spider-Man. I work with Spider-Man.
I love Happy in that trailer. He's so... Man. Well, okay, let's start with Happy in his arc.
Yes.
As the trailer opens, do you notice Peter Parker is, like, crying in PTSD?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's the start of the movie. Like, he is...
happy about that.
Man, that is going to be some peak...
It hurts me seeing Tom Holland cry. Because it looks like they probably sat there and they were like, Tom, guess what? Tony's dead. And then in his mind, he's just like, no.
Yeah.
No. And it's actually like him genuinely crying over this. Especially because when filming Endgame, they told him his lines, like, this is your...
Right.
Now say it.
So, just quickly before we get to the super chat, one thing I want to talk about is, a lot of people have asked this. I did a video about it, probably went up like 2 hours ago or something. Venom. With the multiverse now, we can have Venom.
Ooh.
Like, not just that. When you go back and start looking at what they said before and how, like, we want Tom Holland and we could do this. Technically, you could now. You could literally bring in Tom Hardy as Venom. You could bring in a new version of Venom. For all we know, they could bring in Spider-Man 3 Venom. Like, they're open up to anything with the multiverse. Like, it doesn't matter anymore. So you can do whatever the hell you want, you know?
Here's us totally fanning out about this. At the end, he's talking to a kid and it's Miles.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a little too soon yet for Miles, but I think the third movie would be.
I feel like in the live action, they may not for a little bit because of the success of the multiverse. Unless we're going to somehow weirdly get, like, that cartoon crossover.
Well, I mean...
Please don't. Please don't.
Aaron Davis is alive and well in the MCU. What if, during the snap, he survived and he got up to his prowler tricks?
Oh, I would love that.
So, what if Miles wasn't snapped? What if Miles was snapped? How did that affect his... I think that's what you're going to play with a little bit. I've seen a lot of people talk about Miles as well. I don't know, but I think Venom is the one people want. This could be a way to do it.
I loved the Venom movie because it was, like, a not good, like, I'm not saying it's Oscar-worthy, obviously. It's a good B-list movie to me.
Yeah.
And mind you, I also love B-list movies, so that's probably why I, like, loved it a little bit more. Spider-Man is a A-list movie. So putting a B-list movie and bringing it in, that would feel really weird to me. If they recast and they made it a new Venom, that would also feel really weird to me. Because it's like, well, we have a really good Venom. And Tom Hardy's, like, really good at doing the whole Venom and Tom thing. But I feel like that Venom and Tom thing won't work with Tom Holland.
Won't that go backwards the other way? Because Venom is saying they're going to introduce Spider-Man down the road and it ain't going to be Tom Holland.
I know.
So let's say multiverses. It's like, what are they planning? And clearly, Spider-Verse showed it's possible. So... Yes. Is Spider-Man 3 in the MCU going to be the Spider-Verse?
Oh my gosh.
Is that what they're going to do?
I figured it out. Guys, put bets on this right now. We're going to have one of the two original Spider-Men come back. Either Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire. They're going to be the ones of the Spider-Mans that are going to be in the Tom Holland version. Or not Tom Holland, Tom Hardy version.
It would only make sense if it's Andrew.
Yeah, because Andrew did not deal with the Venom.
No, I'm saying that would make sense. Here we go. Jared, again. Ray and Peter on the same level as Luke and Tony. Yeah. Good mentorship. Obviously, Ray and Luke, they have that bond. Even though he's kind of a jerk, he's doing it because he's reserved. And he doesn't want to repeat the mistakes.
Yeah.
Same thing Tony's doing. He doesn't want Peter to make the same mistakes he made. He wants him to be a better version, you know?
He's like, there's me, and there's you, and then there's this little in-between. I want you to be better. Like, he clearly even states that to him. And that's like when, in the original, he sat there and he took his suit away. It's like, what are you without your suit?
Right.
But then, of course, he's sitting there and it's because Cap told that to Tony. Well, what are you outside of the suit? You need to be something better outside of the suit.
The themes always carry through with the MCU movies.
I love that.
Yeah, I love it. Here we go. Kendall Hurley says, off topic, but make Cyclops great again.
I agree with you.
I mean, it's coming.
Yeah, he's in the Sonic movie. What did James Marsden do to the world out there and, like, aggravate people that he was in Hop? He's now in Sonic. He was in Enchanted, which I loved him in Enchanted.
We should talk about Sonic. I can't right now. But yeah, what did he do to people?
What did he do?
Sonic will be a thing we'll talk about at the end of the year. Cyclops, give it 3 to 5 years. We'll see a good Cyclops who's actually a competent leader and not a throwaway character.
It bothers me seeing the new Cyclops only because I loved the kid in Ready Player One.
Yep.
And then when he told me that's the same kid, I can't unsee Ready Player One. So he has his visor. I think it's the thing.
Yeah, all I see is that,
all I see is Ready Player One.
I'm mentoring.
I can't. Okay.
So, The Ultimate Gamer... Thoughts on the MCU Spidey versus Spider-Man PS4 preference?
I feel like the negative
here's the thing.
You didn't you do a video about how you love both of them but separately?
The problem is people think you have to choose one or the other. And like the fan base between the two is so split that the moment you say something bad about the other one, you're automatically a fanboy of the other and you hate the other one. And that couldn't be further from the truth because they're nothing alike.
No.
The similarities they're called Peter Parker.
And they wear a suit.
And it literally just about stops there because their suits are different, their backstories and villains are different, their existence in the universe they exist in is completely different. And on top of that, like, and being part of the multiverse, Peter Parker in the MCU is literally fresh off getting bit. Peter Parker in the video game is 8 years into his career, comfortable, and knows where he's going in life. This Peter still doesn't even know what a crush is. So, you can't compare these two. I love both for different reasons, but It is what it is, you know? People want to make it a war.
Let's speak of crushes. MJ knows he's Spider-Man. I love the fact...
Remember who told you first in October? I shared a video on Twitter and everybody said I was wrong. And I'm like, I was sent the clip of her saying, thanks, Peter, after they swing in the suit.
But I think it's really funny. And that none of the other adaptations that we have gotten, have we ever had somebody be able to be like, guys, something's wrong. At least live action. Sorry, let me specify. Live action. Something's wrong. Why is Parker never here when something like this happens, but there's Spider-Man? She's so intelligent that she was able to sit there and be like, hey, guess what? I know you are. And I know why you saved these specific people first. And I know why you did this. So and I think that's another reason why she seems to be a little bit more like off-guardy with him, but likes him.
There's also the crazy rumor that she's the daughter of Nick Fury. And I completely blew that off. I made the video being like, this is the dumbest thing ever. Why is it? Until you watch the end credits of Spider-Man Far From Home that show Miles Morales' mask. And you're like, they're hinting here. And then it shows MJ and they draw the eye patch on her. And I was like, well, damn. So I don't know if there's credence to this, because this was leaked out there and became a rumor by the same guy that was like, so, Far From Home means he's from the multiverse. And everybody's like, what? That's stupid. And now it's true. So if she's Nick Fury's daughter, that automatically, I think, ruins the character more. Because I'm okay with a new version of MJ.
I love the fact that we have a new MJ.
I love that she's not the MJ from anything else. She's completely different. But if you automatically make her the daughter of Nick Fury, the world suddenly shrinks, and I hate that concept. That maybe she was spying on him. That's so stupid.
Not Agent Carter.
Sharon Carter.
Sharon Carter story all over again. That she fell in love with him because of the fact that she was spying on him. Yeah, no, please don't.
Remember, hit the thing, the pole. Do the pole.
Do the thing.
Do the pole.
Inside joke, by the way, me saying do the thing.
iDragon Gaming, thank you for the super chat. And Mason again. Do you think Multiverse is how we should have the new Coulson and Agents? Oh. I didn't even connect those dots.
No, okay, so...
Because the seasons always overlap with whatever's happening.
They do, but if you've watched the new trailer, he specifically states that he has been going around the galaxy for years and has never had somebody say that they've recognized my face before. So unless he was from a different multiverse and didn't realize he went from one universe to an actual different multiverse universe.
And we also don't know how multiverse jumping or incursions could affect time.
Yeah.
Who's to say that...
He didn't 100 years ago.
Right. Who's to say somebody can't get incursioned right now from the MCU and end up literally in the past in Wakanda when they first started springing up? We don't know. I think... They're definitely hinting we're going to explore that concept, and that's why Mitch has been pulling this for God knows the last 2 weeks after Endgame. Eternals got to deal with Chronos, because Chronos deals with time. Chronos, time, come on, it's kind of there, right? It would kind of make sense, and that kind of makes me interested to, like, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. tie-in. There's always the tie-in. Even if it's minor for the season, it's always there. Like, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the last season, literally built up to the invasion of Thanos and the other aliens being like, take advantage of this right now and go in there and start, like, attacking. So, yeah, I don't know. What do you think Coulson is? What do you think?
I think Coulson, this new Coulson, is, if he is from a multiverse, it's exactly what I just said. He never became a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. He became a hunter of throughout the galaxies. I have a feeling if he's not one of the multiverse ones, he's a actual doppelganger, because everybody says we have a doppelganger. Maybe we don't have a doppelganger on Earth. You never know. We could potentially have one out elsewhere.
Yeah.
When they sit there and you watch, if you ever watch Ancient Aliens, they say that we are a creation of some other alien species.
Oh, look, Eternals.
So, exactly. They even said with the Kree, like, there's Kree blood in people. So, obviously, the human DNA is out there in the universe somewhere else. Look at half the Ravagers. They all also look human-y.
Right.
So, he could be one of those kind of factions.
And who's to know? I'm assuming there's going to be small connection here or there, because clearly they knew what happens after Endgame to start prepping everything, which is... They said the reason the new S.H.I.E.L.D. season was delayed by a year, almost like a year and 2 months, is because it had to be set for the story after Endgame, and once we find out. I think there's got to be some connection. What it is, we'll find out soon, though. These wrestlids, thanks for the super chats. Also, Thomas Kemper, will Sony take Spider-Man out of the MCU? This is a two-pronged question. And answer.
I think legally they can't take Tom Holland out, but they can take the Spider-Man name not out of the MCU, but Tom Holland's Spider-Man is connected with the MCU.
Yeah.
It is contract, they break it, they are SOL.
They break it, Sony literally goes, oh wow, we lose Spider-Man now because we broke contract. They're going to be real careful.
But that does not mean Sony can't use the name Spider-Man because they legally have all rights to him. It cannot be Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but it can be a Spider-Man.
And I think that's the thing. Amy Pascal, she's in good grace with the Spider-Man deal and what she's been able to pull off now with the Universal deal. She will do everything she can to keep the character where he is now because she's making money from Spider-Man, from everything that's coming, and she'll continue to make money. Sony could get their hubris high and go, we don't need you anymore once the contract is up, but we'll turn on them. They know this, and they'll have to play careful with it. Eventually, if they want to produce the shows, those have to go through Marvel. So they ain't moving forward till they agree on something. So when you get the first Spider-Man TV show based in anything Sony's universe, that's how you know a new deal's been struck. And that's probably coming in the next year or so.
Especially because with the success of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, they even stated they want to do TV shows.
And that's Marvel.
They can't do TV shows.
That's Disney, so they can't do it without Disney. So they're stuck in agree with them, or we're screwed. So that's really where it is. And also, at the same time, Sony has Spider-Man exclusive on their console. Disney can rip that away. It's a Marvel property. So they're going to play coy because that game is a huge seller. When it gets re-released on PS5 with 8K graphics and 60 frames a second and instant loading.
A new like look to the
console. And a couple new things, and they'll add a little bit of extra here or there. And then
more DLC.
Right, and then the second part comes in, it'll be a system seller. Sony needs Disney as much as Disney needs Spider-Man. So it's like this, and nobody's going to budge. That's where we're at.
They're happy.
Yeah.
They're happy.
Joshua Mendez. Hello. How big of a role do you think the Skrulls might have been given that Ben Mendelsohn's character seems to be in the background of the Endgame scene? So, here's the thing. Ben Mendelsohn, who plays Talos in Captain Marvel, if you watch Endgame, people have looked at it mainly because it's the bootleg versions, but the new principal greeting everybody back to school looks just like him. So people are wondering if Ben Mendelsohn is back to kind of be a Skrull on Earth, and that's going to go into Captain Marvel 2, or possibly the Skrulls are getting safe haven here. So if they're building a secret invasion, perfect place to put them. And I would honestly love that because Ben Mendelsohn killed it as Talos. He was so good.
And the thing, what's great also about it is we know that there are some Skrulls left on Earth because they even stated it. So if they sat there and they brought them back, maybe he made an agreement with Captain Marvel, with Carol being like, hey, I can tell who's a Skrull. So allow me to be here. And of course, if it is the principal, Carol's going to want to take care of the little kid who literally was risking his life to hold on to the thing. And even though he is sitting there and he is scared, he was worried about her. So that created like a little tiny miniature bond between them, which I hope that they continue doing, because I would love to have that type of aspect of their comic story.
Yep.
But being like, hey, Talos, can you go on Earth and like help watch over them and bring them in a good way, and also make sure that no other bad factions of the Skrull come through?
I'm also wondering if there's a degree to Far From Home trailers that's completely fake now, because I'm gonna assume Disney's gonna tell them, you gotta mislead them, like. And
you guys misled us enough.
It's kind of it's a nice thing. It's a nice way to do it. But yeah, quick, I want to give a shout out just by looking through this entire chat while it's kind of scrolling really fast. There's a lot of you guys just giving us some shout outs from what country you're at. I saw a dude from Kuwait, saw a dude from Japan, various countries from around the world checking this out right now, and obviously fans of the channel. Thank you guys a lot. It does mean a lot. Just...
Also, again, now that we have a whole bunch of new people who weren't here in the beginning, we apologize that we cannot get to your actual chats. The only reason why we're able to see the super chats is because somebody paid
pops up
to be able to pop it up.
And it stays on the screen for us to see it.
And you guys are going so fast, which is amazing. Like, how quickly you guys are all over.
Here, let's look at some of these people commenting.
We got Australia, Philippines,
Nigeria, Australia,
Canada. Hey, you're right above us. We're technically a part of you.
Korea
is what everybody thinks. New York. Oh, we got some Bronx.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Kuwait.
Pennsylvania, Florida,
Oakland.
I was born in Florida.
America.
Puerto Rico,
yeah. Texas, Mexico.
Nice.
India, wow.
New Jersey.
Minnesota, Scotland,
Oklahoma.
Texas, Oklahoma, Jesus.
Barbados?
Wow. Hey, we're looking to visit Barbados at some point.
Yes. Pennsylvania.
Yeah. We got a lot of people.
Egypt.
Wow, Egypt. Yo, get Moon Knight rolling. Just dress up as Moon Knight. Maybe they'll pick you up. I don't know.
For real. Oh, wow. Now you guys are going so fast.
L.A.
We love you, 3002. 3001. Oh.
There's guys from Samoa, Massachusetts. Hey,
you're from Wakanda.
If you're from Massachusetts, in November, go to Super Mega Fest and we'll get drunk together. As I tell all my fans that meet me at cons, we'll go get drunk together.
Also, we are going to be at Boston Fan Expo, so anybody who goes to those, please hit
Find
us
me
up.
there. Like, it was, I don't want to say his name, but he found me there last con, and I ended up buying him a bunch of drinks. I was like, hope you're not lactose intolerant, because these white Russians are going to mess you up. Luckily, he wasn't, so he was able to drink a lot with me.
Yeah, San Francisco.
Seattle. Man.
You're from New Asgard? Yes.
Missouri. Wow. Newfoundland.
Oh my gosh, you're from space.
Whoa. How can you be from space when space isn't real?
Oh my gosh, don't even get him started.
Space isn't real, bro. It's a simulation.
Hawaii.
Let's see, what else?
We are not going to Baltimore Comic-Con in September.
It's on our agenda at some point to get there, because we heard good things.
Yeah, we have a friend who goes to the Baltimore one all the time. His name is Jared. He is an artist. I actually have one of his artworks that he redid an artwork based on me, and I loved it. It was when I first debuted Captain Marvel, like way back in the day, Captain Marvel. And I have a huge poster of a drawing that is Captain Marvel me-ish, and I love it. So if you see him, be like, hey. I think he's like Darkside Studios. Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you see him, say,
big Batman fan. I once talked to you and told you my dream was to write a comic book. Fan from Kuwait. I do remember this. Here's the thing. I get through emails, Instagrams, and like Twitters once a month. Because believe it or not, there is hundreds. So usually I'll pick out a day and I just go through hundreds of messages replying. If you ever create something or get some drawings or script, send it along. It might take me a little bit to reply, but I'll always reply to you guys. I try to make my best to do it, but as you know, there's a lot of stuff we got to get to and work, so to try to put out content for you guys as well.
He doesn't watch anime too frequently.
No.
We were at Anime Boston, though.
I loved it. You guys will see the vlog. It's going to be coming. Vlogs kind of got backlogged because of everything in Endgame, so we want to kind of give it space, and they're going to continue. Probably got about like 10 vlogs that need to go up, so just wait for those.
Yeah.
So, Ezra Clemens, since Spider-Man is introduced into multiverse, do you think that Black Widow's solo film will take place in another universe, or will it be a prequel?
Ooh, that's
Didn't even think of that.
No, because we've been so like stuck in the mindset that she is a prequel movie. That could be a way that they bring her back too, and that could also be how Gamora. There's a potential of Gamora being two
right
now because there's a multiverse one and the one from the past. Oh god, you're just making my head hurt.
I'm expecting in like now, 5 years the multiverse is gonna be like, man. Remember when they were time traveling? What a bunch of simple stuff. Because we're gonna be pie charting everything. You know this.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be crazy.
They're gonna be in another movie that we think is in the core universe, right? And then they're just gonna drop a line being like, wow, I wonder who the identity of Iron Man is. We're gonna be like, what do you mean? And then suddenly it's like, wait a minute, Iron Man doesn't have an identity here? Oh, they don't know it's Tony. I fully expect we're going to get to that point at somewhere where, like, wow. Like, they're going to subvert our expectations.
So we're going to be that Charlie meme?
Oh, so here's a good one from Mason. Unrelated, but Blade plus Moon Knight, Hulu bound, right? So here's the thing. I talked about this a while ago. I saw stuff on Moon Knight. This is prior to the Punisher happening.
Which Typhoid
Mary was converted into that storyline to some degree in Iron Fist. It's unfortunate, but I assume they're going to do something with them.
They have to.
Now with Hellstrom and Blade coming, just look at the most recent Midnight Suns and like the Spirits of Vengeance and Sun. It's got to happen. Blade, you guys know, if you follow this channel, my love for Blade.
Blade's not. No, it was Ghost Rider who's been confirmed, not Blade.
Yeah. When Ghost Rider's happening, I can't wait for that. When Blade happens, there is no amount of hype that I will be shilling for more than Blade.
He's gonna come in and he's gonna have the fangs like in here. He's gonna be like, "Hey guys."
I'm gonna look like Hannibal King in Blade 3. I'm just gonna just come in here with a sword and.
Oh my gosh!
No, I can't wait. But I'm guessing there'll be Wave 2. Here's my my prediction for this year. New York Comic Con, Marvel will have their TV presence. They will give us our first looks to Ghost Rider and Hellstrom. And they will announce Blade, possibly Moon Knight, and Midnight Suns crossover.
They're going to sit there and all it's going to be is you're going to hear the blade, like, open.
Yeah.
And you'll hear, like, the dusting pop noise.
Here's what it needs to be. It's a guy walking down a hallway on his, like, feet, right? And as it pans up, you just see the silo, and it's a bald dude, and he just pulls out the sword, and then you just pop up the Blade logo, and then you hit that techno. The techno's gotta be in it. I will revolt if the techno's not in it. Jeff Loeb, put the techno in it.
Get those rights. Make sure it's looping in the background constantly the entire time.
Mario Man 94. With all the time travel, could you have set up Kang in the MCU? I think the problem with Kang lies in the fact that he also deals with the future. And once you touch the future, you're kind of messing up what's been established now.
And maybe that's also why what happened when Doctor Strange was looking through all of those universes and those possibilities. Those possibilities. Maybe that's a reason why we're kind of messed up now and we have a multiverses. Because he didn't continue looking through the future, that he was going to have all of the stones destroyed. So it's, interesting.
B.W. Rosas, you think Far From Home hints at the start of Secret Wars?
See, so we had this discussion about Secret Wars, because you do Secret Wars, you're ending MCU.
You're essentially doing a snap that's for real. But here's my thing now.
Okay.
with the multiverse, with Secret Wars, you go, all right, we're doing Secret Wars per se, right? Mm-hmm. We can do the multiverse. Chris Evans doesn't want to come back. Okay. Who we got as Captain America?
Yep.
Cast someone else, pull him out. Crowd loves him as Cap. You want to come back as Cap? So, I think it's a setup. Secret Wars is going to happen.
It has to.
You're probably waiting 15 years till it happens.
It might be just very, very, very slow.
It's a slow build, kind of like the Infinity Saga.
The Infinity
11
Saga.
years to pay off, and it's like, yeah.
I like that it's called the Infinity Saga.
Yeah.
Like, I never would have thought... I was trying to think of, like, how do you end this? Oh, the Infinity Saga. So I like that. Carlos
Arjon, not related, but where's the TMNT 1990 commentary? So, there's a TMNT reboot in the works. It looks like it's probably going to go a cheaper, darker route, which means when that movie comes out, we'll do a new commentary. TMNT will be one of these, because it's going to be a good also commentary retrospective on the history of TMNT. And since I grew up watching it, you grew up watching it.
I watched it so much, I actually burnt out VHSs, and my mom had to continue re-recording them on when they were live on TV, re-recording them so I would break those not DVDs, those VHSs watching it. My mom hates it. Hates it.
Yeah.
And the fact that our Spawn loves it as well, it's gonna forever be in our family.
Oh yeah, TMNT is one of the most important things I can remember in my life. So we're gonna do a commentary that's really worth it. So it's coming. Christopher Sanders, I think Spidey's dad-girlfriend issues is going to be a recurring theme throughout. Thanks for the great updates. Quick and pointer 10 minutes, not 10 minutes of fluff. So first off, a lot of people actually want to know this. Why do my videos go 3 to 4 minutes, never over 4, unless I'm really heated and it's more of a, like big in depth? Essentially, I like to get straight to the point and kind of history, point, the news section, opinion. And it kind of just does it. So 3-4 minutes to me is kind of good. I personally, to me, if a video is over 5 minutes, doesn't matter who it is, I can't watch it. I just can't devote that much time unless it's something really big. So that's kind of a thing. So
unless
thanks
it's
for that.
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan, yeah. I mean, and even his sub-channel breaks it down into small pieces, which I'll listen to, and it's just like, oh, quick, here's a little excerpt, which is really nice.
That's the reason why I also haven't started doing those videos, because I get way too opinionated on things, and I can't, shorten it down. He's like, okay, say this, say this, say this. Okay, I can say this, say that. Okay, and now give a short opinion. 25 minutes later, I'm still talking about my opinion and what my cats ate for breakfast.
And that's kind of the thing, when people tune into this channel... I'm 99% of the channel, right? It's my face, me talking to you, so I'm personable. When you click, Armin talks about Blade or Ghost Rider rumors, I love those characters. Mm-hmm. So you're clicking it fully well knowing, so if it's something negative on Ghost Rider that they might announce, you're going to click that going, oh, Armin's probably going to hate this. So you come in with a preconceived notion. It's hard to do that with other people. It's hard because she's not comfortable yet to talk in a... You guys see my videos? I screw up once in 3 or 4 videos where I actually have to cut the audio. I can just talk. But that took 3 years of behind the camera with scrolling pictures and stuff, because I would talk, break, cut, and edit. But now it's just kind of natural, so it's a factor.
That's why only during the Spider-Verse, when it's something that I feel comfortable with, Yes, I have not read every single Spider-Man comic out there. Actually, to tell you guys the truth, I've only read a handful, and they're primarily ones that have Black Cat in it, because I love her as a character so much. I wanted to know a lot about her history. Mm-hmm. So I felt, though, comfortable with my knowledge of Spider-Man that I do have, the stuff that I have learned thanks to him, what I've seen in all of the movies, to be able to put my own opinions on everything and all the news when it came to Spider-Verse. Mm-hmm. That's why Spider-Verse was my topic, news-wise, and then you guys haven't seen me since. Because this is the best and most comfortable way I am.
And that's kind of how it works. Eventually, a little more, but we'll get to that. Quick side thing, Zeta Magnus, will Ask Hermes some BS ever return? I don't know. because every video is kind of like that now. Maybe if there's a big topic, I'll return it, but I'll talk about that in the future. There's a couple more things here. Comic reviews. Here's the thing. I want to do more comic reviews, and I started to, like with the Conan ones, and then we got slammed with 6 weeks of back-to-back comic conventions and going out of state and doing stuff, and it sidelines it because I can't manage it all at once, and when we're on the road, I can't do comic reviews because there's a certain way I have to do them, get the comic, edit it, unpack it. It's a process.
And we can't bring our
I can't bring my
PC
tower with me,
everywhere.
right? So that's a problem. And that really is. And just to kind of answer this other quick part of the question, Spidey's dad's girlfriend's issues. I think they'll stick around because Peter's in love. He's a school kid, of course. As long as there's a girlfriend that has a dad, he has to be in the picture. So
yeah, unless they really go a route that honestly would personally like affect me. Like another reason why I feel that this new Spider-Man I can connect a little bit more with. We don't know very much about Ben. We don't know a lot about Uncle Ben. We know he's there. We know he's a thing. But I grew up with a single mom. I never knew anything about my father until I was more of an adult. I still don't. I've never met him. I've never seen a picture of him. So seeing Spider-Man growing up and the number one person in his life is his aunt, who's basically a single mom to him, it really touches me more. So if we have MJ and she's a single parent, like, family, I can connect to her that much more. Yep. And a lot of other people can too. So I like that they're finally changing the diversity and the demographic to be able to match what today's day and age is.
Give me an idea.
Oh, I would totally cosplay that.
So, going off of that, Christopher Beauchard, awesome channel videos. Thank you. Can't wait for the MCU has in store for us. Can't wait for more TMNT movies soon and a new Ghostbusters. Awesome Venom shirt. So thanks on all the tips. And honestly, I'm super hyped for the new TMNT because the only way they got to do it to make a profit is to go low budget. Mm-hmm. And that's what TMNT should be. It should be low budget, dirty, grimy, Deadpool style. Like, you got 50 million, don't blow past it. And when they blow past it, they go, too bad, I guess your movie's finished. And they're like, okay, we'll shoot this out of pocket money. Because that's what Deadpool had to do. And the first movie's a masterpiece. That's why the second one, to me, is kind of garbage. Because they were given money and they weren't limited. And that kind of took it from me. You know, it's like...
They added a lot, which some of the characters I absolutely loved. I loved how they did Domino. I loved some of the additional other characters that we had. But it felt like it was more forced because they're like, hey, look, we have money. Let's throw the fact that we have money at you. Like, I didn't like that.
So, Taupe Inde, how do you make your thumbnails and how do you choose? Two-pronged step. One, who's the topic about? Captain America, Cap's got to go in there. Iron Man's got to go in there. Second, what's the topic? Tesseract, need Tesseract. Is it a rumor of, hypothetically, Captain America multiverse film, we'll see Kang. Captain America, Kang.
And a question
mark. Some sort of, exactly. So you guys see, and then we have that orange section where I put a quick synopsis, question mark, or what the hell. Something that kind of gives you the idea of what I'm feeling. So you know, subconsciously clicking on it, you go, okay, I get what Armin's going for. And a lot of people have seemed to like that more than what we used to do before, which didn't have any of that, so...
I feel like I should do a video of how quickly he is able to do this. Like... It is insane. I have watched him literally make 10 thumbnails in under 5 minutes.
I'm just
because it's literally like click, 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 click. And I'm just like,
it's like people,
I use paint.
After a trailer drops, people are like, how did you get your reaction up in 5 minutes? And you've seen how I work. I'm literally like, done. And she's just like, I had friends look at it too. They're like, we don't understand. I'm just like, I've been doing this for 25 years now, so literally, my first computer when I was 3, I was like hitting that thing and like trying to do stuff. So it's just kind
insane.
of it's in here. But yeah, generally thumbnail just whatever the two topics are, mash them up, and that's it. BW Rosis, do you think Carnage Queen will appear in Spider-Man? I actually had to look it up because I forgot who it was. I'm like, I know the name.
I totally want to cosplay it now. Thanks for a future cosplay idea. Like, look at that one. Like, I like that.
That's pretty cool.
Give me a hoverboard.
Here's the thing. it's so
90s.
Extreme. I could see it in like Venom 3.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like
that's so convenient.
Yeah.
Venom. Oh, it would actually make sense because it seems like the symbiotes are run by a certain like way, at least how they was from the movie. So they could potentially have like a hybrid queen, and she comes in and it's like, nah.
So
follow my rule.
We're hitting the 55-minute mark. We'll do this for about 5 more minutes. So we'll hit the 1 hour mark. Johnny Morris, I got no alert for the live stream. Hey YouTube, I thought you said everything's working. What the hell? See the problems? Because people are literally hundreds of comments after this is done are going to be, hey, we never got the notification. Nice job, YouTube. Anyway, also, I fan cast Stephanie Scott as MCU Mary Jane. Oh, hold up. I know that name.
He's looking it up. Hold on.
Stephanie Scott, Troy Scott. See.
Oh,
Okay.
I've seen her in Ant Farm.
Yeah, okay. I've seen her. Okay. Why not? I could see it. And Charlize Theron as Kath's daughter, Sharon Rogers. Yeah. I mean, if you're aging or whatever, that works. Solo superhero movie box office king. I assume Solo for Han Solo. And don't tell me otherwise. Do you think one of the different Spidey MCU suits in Far From Home might be a different Spider-Man from the multiverse? Spider-Man chasing down Mysterio. So, if you guys remember, last August, I made a video telling people 4 suits appear in this movie. I was outright called a liar. All four have been confirmed now. So, you got Iron Spider, Stark suit, Black Advanced suit, Stark suit thing, and then you got the stealth suit. I've been told there was a design for a 5th. I have no idea what it is. Nobody's told me if it's even in the final run. Could some of them be other Spider-Men? Wouldn't that be shocking? Wouldn't that blow your mind?
Guys, I can't handle having the snap and then having everything that happened in Endgame, and then now you're going to throw multiple Spider-Mans at me? I don't think I'm ready for this.
Right? So, Kendall Hurley, Raphael versus Leonardo. Which are you taking? Leonardo.
He loves Leo. Actually, Donatello is his favorite. Michelangelo.
Here's the thing. Raph is the strongest, but he's the most hard-headed. And a lot of times, he gets so angry that he's not getting that final blow or trying to get it quick, he starts to lose focus. Leonardo is dedicated and focused.
I feel like the Michael Bay Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles did a really good job of showing Raphael and how hard-headed he is.
Those
I feel like it did it the best.
Those movies were great. Like, sure, they weren't like the best things around, but they were entertaining as hell.
They really were. I can go back and watch them and be like, yeah,
yep.
I had fun.
We did. We watched them a couple months ago. We're like, wow, the second one is really good.
Seamus.
Yep.
I loved it.
Sonic Stans asks, Hobgoblin before Green, like the animated series, possible? I hope so. Hobgoblin hasn't been in live action, so why not do that since you've done 2 Green Goblins? Because Willem Dafoe was good for what they were going for.
Yes.
Goblinades was garbage.
Oh my gosh.
So
bring that up.
Yeah, I would like it.
Let's try finding a question from up here. Let's hear anything. Fire, water elements are actually. Okay, so here you go. Spider Dave Man # New Age. Do you really think the fire and water elements are actually Molten Man and Hydro Man? So with this new trailer, personally, I think they possibly are more because of the fact that if Mysterio is coming from his other realm, what if he was already in battle with them and everything happened, it all snapped together, and so now you have all these elemental beings here because he was fighting them then. So it really would actually make a lot of sense them actually being those characters, but still we have the whole aspect of Chameleon. I feel now we can't say that the Chameleon is Nick Fury.
No, but Chameleon's in there. Here's my feeling. I feel that the elementals are going to be revealed to be freaks of nature that were caught in the multiverse jump, and they ended up fusing with whatever element due to like DNA combinations. So I think they're gonna be real, but I think like Sandman ended up in the sand, and he absolutely loses his mind, and he's uncontrollable. He's kind of in a state of flux.
Yeah, almost like he was in the
right.
original.
That's kind of what I'm feeling with all of them. I think one of them might be an illusion, but I guess we'll find out.
There was one more that we got specifically tagged in, I saw, but...
Thoughts on the 2007 animated TMNT movie from Mason Harrison? That was the animated one that did, it wasn't like... Not like the one that united all of them. It was just the animated movie, 3D animation.
Oh, the CG?
Yeah, I really
loved that one.
Yeah, it was so good.
That one was really cool because of the fact that we got a very different story, because it was dealing with Shredder's daughter, and we had a really, our first look at a truly badass April O'Neil, so I really appreciated and loved that one.
Chances we'll ever see Cosmic SpiderMan. Think of it this way now.
He technically is.
He's been to space. Who's to say they're not going to fudge around with something being like... Who's to say in, Avengers 5 or 6, right?
Oh, my gosh.
Captain Marvel's like, I can quickly share my power with you. And he literally becomes Cosmic Spidey. It's a MCU version. It's like, oh, okay.
That would be so cool. Do you think Captain Marvel was charged to be a female? There's... Okay. Oh, jeez, I'm crow. I don't read quickly.
No.
I watched your channel since 2015. You both are legends, and I also love you both more than 3,000. Thanks, you big Batman, big fan.
We watched
It's getting really late.
Here we go. I guess we'll end it on this one.
Okay, we'll have two.
Alright, so Game Chef. My theory is that Mysterio is evil in making them. It's plausible he's making them. I mean, he's the master of illusions, so, yeah. And then Candy Phillips, do you think Endgame will beat Avatar #1?
Yes.
And do you think Far From Home will be #2?
No. I feel Far From Home is definitely going to do over $1 billion.
Yeah.
There's, without a shadow of a doubt, in my head, especially because of how well Captain Marvel did with Endgame, towards the end of its run, it jumped back up in the top box offices because of Endgame, so everybody was getting really hyped. I feel Spider-Man's going to definitely get that. Also, Endgame is probably going to get that more because people are going to be like, oh, what happened to Spider-Man? Oh, we gotta watch Endgame. Okay,
right.
Good, now let's watch Spider-Man. So I feel like it's going to be $1 billion, but it's not going to be #2.
No, to get to #2, you have to beat Titanic, which is $2.2 billion. Because that's #3, so it's like... And you're going to have to beat Avatar, which is 2.7, so that ain't happening.
But yes, it's going to beat Avatar.
Yeah, it's... Endgame is beating Avatar. Far From Home, it's $1 billion. And John Morrison, Jake Gyllenhaal is Hero Mysterio from MCU 2, but Bruce Campbell is the MCU 1 villain. Family survived Snap, but died from societal collapse. P.S. Love you, Shay.
Love
See,
you too.
people love you.
Thank you.
I think there's more to Mysterio. Definitely. Multiverse is possible. I wouldn't be surprised if they somehow fudge it around like he is from another world, that the MCU is a real thing. Kind of give us that insight, you know?
Wow, that would be really weird.
Yep. And then Jordan Marks. Do you think Nick Fury's a Skrull or a chameleon? Neither?
Yeah.
At some point, I think chameleon will take its shape, but...
Yeah, I feel, though, at least in the trailer bits that we got and how he's communicating with Spider-Man, that is Nick Fury. Without a doubt, that's Nick Fury talking to him. I feel like what's going to happen is it's going to be the same... We'll figure out that he's been changed into chameleon the same way that we found out Talos wasn't Nick Fury's boss, because he called him Nicholas and not Fury. It's going to be something very little like that.
Okay, I'll have to wait for that after. So, yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the little stream here for an hour. We'll be back talking plenty more on Spider-Man in the podcast, and obviously a lot of Spidey content, because his movie's coming out in 7 weeks.
Oh my
6,
gosh,
7
I'm
weeks.
so excited.
In July. So, yeah.
Also apologize. We've been so far behind on TV shows. We said last time we had one of these that we were going to start doing these, and that's how we're going to do our discussions. And then we got...
That's still going to come, but we're just behind on everything because of all the events we went to. And we have a Kids Day event coming up.
Two of them.
So it's going to be a bit, but luckily we'll catch up soon. So
yeah, so if you guys are living in New Hampshire and you have small children, they don't have to be really small, but if you have children, come see us. We will be at the New Hampshire Nashua Kids Day event comic convention. So yeah.
There we go. So thank you guys for stopping by, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks you. Bye. Love you guys.